You don't need another AI tool. You need better words. If you want to make money online every day using the process that I use, what you don't need is to do something like this. And this is typically where the failure starts. You go to Perplexity and you say, give me a list of prompts to make money online. And then you get a list like you see here, freelancing and gigs, content creation, e-commerce and selling. So then you jump to DeepSeek. Give me a list of prompts to make money online, freelancing services, content creation, e-commerce, digital products. So then you're like, you know what? Claude AI. I heard a lot about this one. It's a better tool. Give me a list of prompts to make money online, freelancing services, content creation, e-commerce and sales. Google Gemini, give me a list of prompts to make money online, leveraging your skills and expertise, freelancing and services, design and visual arts, selling products, e-commerce and digital products. ChatGPT for sure is the best of the AI tools. Give me a list of prompts to make money online, e-commerce and drop shipping. These are prompts that it's giving you inside of the same old tired ways of making money online. Now, don't get me wrong. All of these ways to make money online using AI work. It's not the problem. The tool's not the problem. The method, the strategy that you're trying to use is not the problem. The problem is the words that you use when you have a conversation with the AI. Now, of course, all this falls inside of my affiliating profitable online business 9-step roadmap, using my proven top strategy of traffic to an offer to add people to an email list to ultimately profit and scale your own online business. Now, down here in step 2, I talk about the tools and the technology and the time that it takes to understand those tools and that technology. And that's where we are right here today in this video to understand making money online as a marketer. The focus is on being a smart marketer and understanding that you need to have a better conversation with the AI. And I want to give you an example of that. So check this out. This is me having a conversation. I want to get the AI to act like a thesaurus, not a dictionary, with a list of synonyms and acronyms, but get it to be clever with its ability to give words, sentences, and paragraphs an unexpected spin that leads us to better content. That reads better than the way that I read it. But the idea is you want to get the AI tool, no matter which one you use, you want to use your words better to get to a point where it is, as it says here, that's a great goal, and you're right to aim for more than just a list of synonyms. A true AI thesaurus, getting better words, using better words, learning to work with your AI assistant to use better words, but thinking outside the box. A dictionary, or if you look up a word in a dictionary, you get synonyms and antonyms. But if you look up a word in the thesaurus, you're going to get different ways of looking at the word. It's going to give you more detail. A thesaurus and a dictionary are the same, but they're just a little bit different, and that's what makes all the difference. All right, so this is just a general idea of ways you can use the AI as a creative thesaurus. Give this a poetic, quirky, mysterious spin. Rewrite this to sound like a Texio's tweet, Shakespeare, Gen Z slang, a noir novel. Give me a vivid rephrasing of a sentence. Elevate this bland text for a pitch article novel. Now, the point of this is not to just think that this is the end-all be-all solution. It's to understand the philosophy that is required for you to change your mindset or your focus when you have this conversation. Because I want to show you this same prompt, and I want to go back to a second. I want to go back to the affiliating profitable online business 9-step roadmap for a second. When we're talking about generating traffic to an offer to add people to an email list, the proven top strategy, my proven top strategy to build a profitable online business, to get up here to step 9 to profit and scale, comes back down here, and this is our focus today of this video, is the tools, the tech, and the time it takes, or the time that you need to spend with the technology and the tools that are out there that are available to you to get the best result. So we go back, and again, I'm going to use the same prompt, but I'm going to use a little bit different spin, or I'm going to use a little bit of the technology inside of ChatGPT, and I'm going to click on new project. So just to have a chat, you just have a chat right here. You're just having a chat with ChatGPT. Check this out. You can see I'm just having a chat. Of course, you can pick different models, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about going into ChatGPT and clicking new project and then naming a project name. This is a different way of thinking to get better words. And of course, that's going to be too many characters. So we just have to spend a little time here to understand the technology and the platform or the tool, a different way of thinking to get better words. Now we've created a project. Now, why is this important? Because projects are designed to keep chats, files, and custom instructions in one place. Use them for ongoing work or just to keep things tidy. But there's something very specific about a project that you can do. You can add instructions. Here, you can tailor the way that the AI, ChatGPT, is going to respond. Tailor the way ChatGPT responds in this project. You are giving it the power to focus on what it is you're trying to accomplish. So we go back, and there's a method to this madness of now saying, I'm going to use the exact same words, and I'm going to go under a project. Prompt PsyOps is my project. I fed this very specific instructions for it to be a smart marketer, trained and to understand best practices of direct response marketing or copywriting to use when I'm creating content as a marketer. And then I come back and I give it that same prompt. I want to get the AI to act like a thesaurus, not just a dictionary with a list of synonyms and antonyms, but get it to be clever with its ability to give words, sentences, and paragraphs, an unexpected spin that leads us to better content. You can see the difference here now in this conversation that I'm under the prompt PsyOps. My philosophy for using AI or prompting AI or using AI as an assistant and allowing me to give it input and then to have it give me clearer and more or better output with more focus on it giving me better words, but also based around the idea and the philosophy of me giving it better words or better instructions. And it says here that's a powerful instinct, and it's exactly where AI moves from being a utility to being a creative force multiplier. Here's how to get that kind of behavior from the AI. You'll want to prime it with a prompt philosophy that moves beyond thesaurus mode. Here's a framework you can use. So now we're going to build a framework. And you can see just that staging and me doing a little work to understand the technology and the tool itself and tailoring that response when I create the project, adding instructions to tailor that response for my philosophy under prompt PsyOps. But we could take this a little bit further. Here you can see I'm in the plain, sort of just the generic, everyone has access to chat with no context, and I'm giving it this prompt right here. Now this prompt is more detailed. It has better words. It has more specific words. I'm brainstorming an idea for an AI prompt or set of instructions and a guide for writing, but from a marketing perspective, as a marketer using content to guide people from problem to solution with a focus on direct response copy, writing at its core. Now, this is more of what I have already staged inside of my project, using those tailored instructions inside of that project, using my prompt PsyOps philosophy. But this guide is about how to get a generative AI or LLM to give different output than what might be considered the norm, turning it into that AI thesaurus. Okay? So I go through and I say, I want to use an idea that we should get the AI to act like a thesaurus, not a dictionary. Then I come down here and I say, but I need this to be a philosophy that is different, fresh, and new for using AI as an assistant. And then I tell it to wow me. Now, remember, we are in the generic everybody version of ChatGPT, and that's the only context that we set. And we did set a little better context, and it came up with a fresh, hypnotical, persuasive philosophy for prompting AI to get better words from your AI. One that bends the usual and redefines how marketers can unlock original, high-converting content using LLMs. The mirror maze prompting philosophy. Don't ask your AI to think straight, ask it to think sideways, backwards, and through funhouse mirrors. Now, I want to give you that exact same prompt under my prompt psyops philosophy. Remember, the idea and the concept here is we created a project and we can tailor the way ChatGPT responds inside of this project. So whenever we're working on something like I am always doing inside of this concept of prompt psyops or inside of my philosophy of prompt psyops, to get better words for me as a marketer to utilize my affiliating profitable online business 9-step roadmap, knowing that to generate traffic, I need to pick a topic, understand the tools, the technology, and the time, and I need to create consistent content that has a purpose. The purpose is that the focus of my words need to be on taking people from the problem that I identify towards the solution in a direct response way. I want them to take a direct response from my content to the solution, click on my link, make a purchase, I make money. So I go back to that, and here we are inside of the prompt psyops philosophy project, and I give it the exact same prompt that we did a second ago. Now it says, because it's trained on my philosophy and it knows exactly what I want to do because I've tailored it to build frameworks using my prompt psyops philosophy. It says, absolutely, let's throw gasoline on the spark and turn it into a full-blown bonfire. And now we have started to develop the spinthesizer framework, the art of prompting generative AI with hypnotic precision and direct response power. This isn't another boring guide on how to use ChatGPT for copywriting. This is a strategic philosophy. This is a strategic philosophy for transforming generative AI from a digital parrot into your personal spin doctor, your spinthesizer, a hybrid thesaurus, poet, and persuasion psychologist. Now, we take this to the next level. And we just go back to generic ChatGPT here because the focus outside of prompt psyops. Now, if you want to know more about the prompt psyops philosophy, there's a link in the description. It'll take you over to an offer I have right now for 50 must-have prompts for marketers utilizing this prompt psyops philosophy. But let's go back to this so you can see how you can sort of do this for yourself. You just want to train the AI to help you give it better words. Also, just like we did previously, make sure that it understands that you want a thesaurus, not a dictionary full of synonyms and antonyms, but give it that extra little bit of spin, right? I want you to give me a simple template that I can use every time to get the best results from my prompts when I start a conversation with you, speaking to the AI. I'm thinking something like I give you a task, set the context, and give you a reference or as much detailed information as I can, and then you ask me questions. Does that sound good? Yeah, sounds like an excellent and efficient approach. Clear structure plus detailed info equal better results or better words. Then it gives me a detailed sort of context or a detailed way to use a template to set the text, the context, input references, special instructions. But then, it also asked me if it can give me, the AI asked me if it can give me a fill in the blank framework. And I said, yeah, that's great. Give me that. So it gave me this template here. But then I'm like, that's good, but let's continue the conversation. Can the AI give me better or can it help me more? Just continue the conversation. That's really the philosophy inside of prompt psyops, is to just understand that to get better output, to get better words, to get what you're looking for, to help people, take them from their problem to their solution, you have to understand that you can just ask ChatGPT, yes, but give me suggestions on how to get the most out of this template with you. Anything that you can recommend that I add to the list. Then it gives me a little bit of feedback here, and it says, absolutely, using this template is a great start, but here are some power tips to get the most out of it with me, along with a few optional fields you might consider adding to make it even sharper. Power tips for using this template. And then it gets into how you're going to get better output from your input, how you're going to get better words. It's not the AI tool. It's the fact that you need better words. And to do that, you just need to follow these guidelines. And again, that is what my prompts are about. The idea here is you all have the same AI tools. We all have the same AI tools. We just need to give each AI a little different focus and give it a different mind. Not just a prompt, but a new perspective, a philosophy to follow. And at this point, when you start prompting better, you start getting better output and you leave the generic behind. And that's the shift in philosophy, of the fact that the AI is great at what it does, but it can be a lot better if you work with it in smarter ways. Check out the link in the description. I think you'll like those prompts, the way that they'll help you become a smarter marketer to get better words when you give the AI better input. Link in the description. Check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.